Hello, everybody. Most of my time eating a raw vegan diet is pretty much just grabbing some spinach from the store and just eating that, maybe with an avocado in one hand and spinach in the other. I really got away from the recipes and things like that. Recipes are wonderful for people that are making a transition to a raw vegan diet, but you don't need to complicate the food. Keeping it simple is the way. Now, when it gets to the question of 100% raw versus cooked food, what's better, what's ideal? I think if you're going to keep it simple and fresh, what's ideal is to eat 100% raw vegan. It's more of a problem mentally than it is, or emotionally, than it is physically to eat 100% raw food and to cut out cooked food, because cooked food is such a big addiction. But if you are going to go 100% raw, eating a lot of raw food snacks and raw food cookies and raw food cakes and all this, you're not accomplishing your goal. You're much better off eating some steamed vegetables than eating a raw food candy bar. And also you want to consider the climate you live in. If you live in a colder climate, you might be better off eating some soup or steamed vegetables instead of eating the raw food cookies and things like that. But ultimately, you have to look at your situation and why you're going raw to begin with. I mean, if you just want to eat better and live healthier and feel better, and that's a wonderful reason. But if you have a disease or something that is caused by the diet you're eating, you must make a radical change in your diet. And with that radical change is going to come get rid of addictions that you've been used to eating. Now, we all have different addictions. Some people might be addicted to certain foods that they were brought up with, and other people might be addicted to certain foods just because of the flavor and the taste of these foods. Regardless of what it is, if you're addicted to food and you cannot stop eating for your own will, and those foods are creating issues, you must go to extreme measures to overcome that addiction, or your issue is going to continue. Remember, health doesn't begin with what we add to our diet, it begins with what we eliminate. Eliminate the things that are creating the problem, and then the problem is going to begin to go away. And I say sadly, the problem for most people is their diet, but on the other hand, I don't say that sadly because diet, as much as it seems like it might be difficult to break the addiction, you're just changing your diet. And there are so many ways to make raw food taste palatable today that it's not going to be as severe as somebody might think. Just do your best to start eating more raw foods. People ask me, well, how can I start? How can I start? And the best way to start is stop eating the processed food. Stop eating the foods that are fried. Stop eating foods that are microwaved. And replace them with raw, ripe, fresh, organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. So the key is first to stop what you're doing and then replace them with something that's healthier. Now, if you're overeating, you don't want to replace overeating with just healthier food because overeating is not good either. But if you're eating a lot of fried food, a lot of microwave food, and you find yourself eating a lot of cooked food and you stop eating that, now what's left to eat? Well, get rid of the microwave. Get yourself a juicer and start juicing instead of microwaving stuff. Get a blender. Maybe have some smoothies in the morning instead of having waffles and pancakes. And you can make a big salad and you can put a whole bunch of different things in the salad. And if you are 100% raw, that's wonderful. If you're not 100% raw and you want to add some things to the salad, if you're vegan, you could add just beans or something to the salad. But if you're not vegan, maybe you want to add some tuna fish to the salad or something like that. Remember, your goal should not be a label. Your goal should be success. So if you have heart issues and you're eating high-fat foods, the key should be to eliminate the high-fat foods. So find low-fat alternatives to that. So you don't necessarily have to be a vegan to do that or a vegetarian to do that, but whatever you decide to eat, you want to make sure you're choosing choices that are going to support your goal. If you have too much sugar in your diet, your goal should be adding foods to your diet that are going to be lower in sugar. Again, fresh and ripe fruits and vegetables would be the ideal thing to do, but you don't have to put a label on it and have to be 100% raw vegan to be successful, but you must get rid of the things that are creating the problem to get rid of the issue. So keep that in mind. And a lot of people find it hard to believe that it's this simple, but it's really not that complicated. Most people are eating processed food, and they're eating too much and too often and also too late. Just don't eat late at night. Don't eat between meals. Try to eat your meals. 2 meals a day is all we need really to thrive. And just keep it simple. You know, you can still go out every now and then and be social and things. You don't got to completely radically change your life. But you must, I can't say this enough, get rid of the things that are contributing to the problem. And an addiction is not an excuse to keep doing something if it's causing you sickness and illness. Change what you're doing to change the results. And you have no idea the amazing impact your diet has on your disease. A tremendous impact. So if you're suffering from disease and you make these diet changes, and then they don't have to be that radical, but you make these changes, you're going to see a tremendous improvement in your disease situation. And the results are going to show it, and hopefully that'll motivate you to keep going. I stay 100% raw vegan because I know that's best for me, and I also know for my goal because I had a digestive disorder when I was younger, ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and I know when I ate foods that weren't in the ideal freshness and when I overate, I know it contributed to my issue. Especially animal products and dairy products were the worst for me. So I had to get rid of those things. And when I did, my condition got better. And yours can as well. Put your comments and questions below. I hope whatever I'm saying here is helping you. And whatever your goal is, I wish you the best success in accomplishing it.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.